Oh, so I got a bunch of stuff for Ubisoft. There's some rumors going around. So like Star Wars Outlaws, which is their new open world Star Wars game coming out. It's been rated by the Brazil ESRB as well as I think Korea and another country. So the speculation is that they're about to announce a release date soon. If I had to predict it, it's probably going to come out in November, October, November. That's usually when Ubisoft games come out. And also, like, I don't think this fall is that stacked, is it? 2024 game release. I honestly, outside of Outlaws, I honestly don't know what the fuck is coming out. Let's go to September, start of September. Yeah, nothing in September. Or Earth Defense Force, literally nothing in October. What the fuck is Father Life? There's nothing into November, nothing in December. Wukong. Yeah, I guess Wukong technically, because it comes out August 20th. You can count that as a fall game because that's the end of August. Yeah, the only thing is Black Myth, and that's very early, very early. But there's literally nothing coming out September, October, November, December. That's why when people ask me, like, yo, do you think this year will be a better year for gaming than last year? No. No. This year we've gotten Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which, you know, to be honest, has been very divisive. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it because of those mini games. It didn't hit the same as the remake. It's good, but it didn't hit the same for some people. You've had Helldivers 2, that was a good success. I'll give y'all that one. And then you've had Dragon's Dogma 2, Tekken 8. Tekken 8's kind of fucking up right now. We don't know where that's gonna go. They just patched and completely broke the game. They put that store in there and ruined shit. So it's kind of hard. You know what? I'm gonna have to pull Tekken out. Definitively, I'm gonna give it to Helldivers, and we'll put Final Fantasy in there. But MLB The Show, yeah, all right, nigga. Prince of Persia. What's wrong with Tekken? They ruined the wall combos with the latest patch. People are able to break outside of what's that shit called? The rage arts. A lot of moves aren't working. There's a bunch of different. I watched a whole video on it, and dude had a montage of glitches. I found one on Twitter earlier. I mean, I can show you this one. I wish I had that video so I could show you. But a lot of people are complaining about the game. I was like, yeah, I ain't touching ranked because I'm not gonna get fucked. Here's a clip we uploaded right here. This nigga just straight sidesteps the rage art. Look at this shit. You are not supposed to be able to do that. And I hate rage arts, but you're not supposed to be able to do that shit. If this happened to me like late game, I would be fucking pissed. They broke the game, dog. That's why yesterday, I said I ain't playing ranked. If I find the video, I will show y'all on chat. I gotta go through my history. Maybe I'll look at my history maybe tonight. But I watched a whole montage of people who have just been posting glitches to Twitter. And you know, some niggas gonna be like, oh, you just need to adapt. Shut the fuck up, bro. So I like Tekken 8's kind of in a weird place. And also the problem with Tekken 8 too, fuck the patch, right? A lot of pros are complaining about the game, saying they made it too easy. The heat mechanic is too overpowered. The tracking is too overpowered. People are saying it's a little too casual. Shit, I've been saying as well. I don't know. The jury's still out. I like the game. It is a good game, but it's got some glaring problems. I feel like I need a little bit more time with Tekken 8 before I be like, yeah, the tracking is out of fucking control in Tekken 8, bro. I saw a clip of Tekken 6 and it made me miss it because niggas was sidestepping like a motherfucker. I'm like, that's what a sidestep is supposed to do. Y'all saw it, was it yesterday when I was streaming? When that king that I played did the backflip and I sidestepped it and the flip tracked to me against the wall? Just put the controller down, bro. The game, it's the first fighting game I've ever seen with aimbot in it, bro. Damn, 8 is the first one I've really put time into, so I can't compare it. That's understandable. But you could argue if they made it more casual is to bring a wider audience. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you understand why they did it. It just has ramifications because of it. It's like, I feel like we're in a weird place where they're trying to go more mainstream, but they haven't struck that balance where we're appeasing the hardcore and the mainstream. Because you do need to appease the casual audience. Tekken 7 is to blame for it. Yeah, so like it's kind of hard for me to give it. Like, yeah, this year is like, it'll be an okay year for gaming, but I don't think it's gonna be 2023 was a crazy year. I don't think it's going to be, there's literally, I'm not going to lie. This might be the first time I've ever seen this in my content creator career where October, November, December is September, because December is usually December you get one good game. September to November is like straight heaters. I don't think I've ever seen this where there's fucking nothing coming out. between the 3 big months, the holiday. So I think earlier I said that we were talking about the rumor is Star Wars Outlaws is being rated by 2 different countries, so they're gonna announce a release date soon. I'm 99% sure it's either coming out October or November now. There's nothing here for it to compete. Ubisoft, if the game fails in terms of sales, it's their fault. It's their fault. And you can't blame Elden Ring because Elden Ring is coming in June with the DLC. Perfect time for some Kingdom Hearts news. Nobody want to play that shit, nigga. Let me stop. Well, around this time of year, September, November was empty. It got filled up later. But we knew games were coming. There was a lot of games with ETAs, but we didn't have definitive release dates. But we don't know. We have no idea what's coming. Like what is it? Let's look at this list. I don't see nothing. Y'all want to play Beastie Ball? Y'all want to shout out to 2K? All right, nigga. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. I already got announced. Madden. All right, bro. We know Madden's coming in August. Yeah, there's nothing on this list that's like, wow. Oh, can't wait to see a release date. Play Bears in Space. This fall is going to be weak. Not to mention South Park Snow Day was panned. Wasn't nobody looking forward to that game anyway but you, Dust. So yeah, I say that to say this. Those were the rumors that they were going to announce the release date soon, and then this news also came out. Ubisoft announced their Ubisoft. It would be like their E3 press conference, Ubisoft Forward. It'll be June 10th, 2024. So we're going to see the future of Ubisoft. We're most likely going to see more Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Red, and whatever else they're working on. So that should be fun. I'm actually going to throw that, in my calendar so I don't forget. Ubisoft Forward event. What is it? June 10th? April, May, June 10. Is there a time for it? There's no time. We'll just put all day for now. At least when we're close, I won't forget it. I don't know why South Park motherfuckers went away from the 2D style. Was fucking with it. Yeah, they should have made an RPG, another one to complete the trilogy. Do you think E3 dying is negative for the gaming space? No, it's not. Everything is going digital. Everybody made fun of Nintendo when they first announced it, the Nintendo Direct, but they were ahead of their time once again. So the thing is, like, why pay millions of dollars for a booth and only a limited number of people are coming to an event when you can talk to all your fans in a digital event? You see what I'm saying? I just finished the new South Park game and it wasn't a 3 out of 10, but it definitely was nothing crazy. Ew, you bought that Snow Day shit? God bless your heart, bro. If there's going to be multiplayer game in the fall, it might be an automatic hit. I hope Ubisoft announced something for X Defiant if the game isn't out by the time this happens, because the fall is wide the fuck open and there's no shooters for it to compete with. What? Between Star Wars Outlaw, Assassin's Creed Red, and X Defiant, Ubisoft has the opening. The lane is wide the fuck open. If nobody buys your game this fall, that shit sucks, nigga. That shit sucks. Although, what am I talking about? What does it matter if any games come out? Because remember, we just read an article. 60% of you niggas ain't gonna buy it anyway. What does it matter? I need a good co-op game, like Overcooked type shit. Jump Ship. He was talking about that yesterday. Look up Jump Ship on YouTube. Y'all niggas ain't gonna buy it anyway. What are we talking about? At least you niggas will not buy Assassin's Creed Red until 6 years from now. Because apparently most of you niggas on average play games that are 6 years old. Sony has some smaller first-party games planned for 2024. What we got? You playing No Rest for the Wicked? Absolutely, that game looks fire. Ain't X Defiant supposed to be free too? Yep. Lanes wide open. Sony said earlier this year that it wouldn't be releasing any new installments in existing major franchises until at least April 2025. And though that certainly sparked some concern in the PlayStation fan base, it seems that the company does have other smaller things in store to make up for the lack of its typical flagship releases. That's per journalist Jeff Grubb, who recently claimed on his Giant Bomb podcast, Game Messing Morning, that Sony does have some smaller first-party titles lined up for release in 2024. As per Grubb, that includes a new Astrobot game, which is something that he's claimed previously as well. Is that like, you mean Astro Boy or Asteroid Playroom? Like that? Not gonna lie, I probably won't buy Assassin's Creed Red. Rather wait for Ghost of Tsushima 2. I feel that. They would certainly align with how Sony has approached 2024 so far, with the likes of Helldivers 2, Rise of Ronin, and the upcoming Stellar Blade. The company also has Concord and Until Dawn scheduled this year. What is Concord? You're not hyped for any of the Xbox first-party titles? What they got coming out? I know Flintlock is coming. What, Forza 75? What they got coming out? Hellblade? I don't care about that game. That's not my cup of tea. Beyond that, 2024 has also seen Sony leaning into third-party exclusives like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which launched in February, and Bloober Team and Konami Silent Hill 2 Remake, which is supposedly due out this year, and as per leaks, will be showcased at an as-of-yet announced PlayStation event. Jump Ship, that don't got no release date. Flintlock is also on PS5. It is. Whoops. Avowed. That could be a banger. That don't got no release date, though. I'm curious to see what these smaller games are. Hopefully, whatever these smaller games are, they're creative. The only Xbox game I want to play is Hellblade 2. I just don't want to play a game about a crazy person. I'm good off that. My life is already crazy. My life a movie. That was a lie, but Wolf Among Us 2, that shit ain't coming out. What else we got? Change it. Oh, that's the same article, actually. We got the 2018 games. Okay, that's the gaming news I got for you right there. And then last but not least, I got two more things I want to talk about, not gaming related. I want to move on to the slander part of the show here. So right before, yeah, niggas is playing Roblox. Right before I had started streaming, I was watching a video, just laying on the couch trying to get myself together, from Philip DeFranco. Shout out to Philip DeFranco. This video, it hit my algorithm. And if you never watched Philip DeFranco, his news show is, he basically, you never know what you're gonna get because he just covers like a bunch of different news stories. But he covered something really interesting that I wanted to show on stream. By the way, this has nothing to do with gaming, just something that kind of feeds into the lore of this stream, this kind of ecosystem, this community. So here we go. Y'all let me know.
People. And then we should talk about our douchebag of the day. Because I don't know if you needed another reason to think that it's a bad idea to get into the food industry, or if you're in the food industry, another reason to hate being in that industry.
Is he sick? I don't know.
We gotta talk about a Burger King employee who almost lost his life because he gave a customer a discount. A man was saving someone money, helping them, and somehow that person pulled a gun on them. And so all of this went down in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. With 38.
Did y'all hear that? Let me put that back.
Why do people resubscribe to the idea of Shadow having a BBC? Only Sonic wields that type of power.
Shout out to Champion Brown with the sub. Let me roll that back for y'all.
Cleveland, Ohio. With 38-year-old Howard Vernon telling Cleveland 19 News that he was just working at Burger King on Easter when all of a sudden a man pulls up and he orders 2 sausage eggs.
I'm gonna just let this play.
A sausage biscuit, and hash browns. And that order ended up totaling a discounted deal of $8. But
he was like, my order can't be right. It came up to, it should be like $11. And I'm like trying to explain to him that we had a promotion going on and like it's cheaper. He started cussing and getting all loud. And I was like, well, I don't know what to
By the way, this is not he said it was a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. This is not no damn suburb. Look at this shit. They in the heart of this fucking shithole.
You like, I don't know why you want to pay more money.
With that customer then driving off, but as Howard was helping another person in the drive-thru, he came back. With surveillance footage showing him pulling a gun and Howard saying that they threatened to kill him and used racial slurs. And I mean,
for those of you who are not following the story, who weren't listening because it takes place in Cleveland, the gist of the story is this man was working at Burger King. The man came in and ordered some food. His order came out to $8. The man got upset because he said, normally when I order this, it's $11. So this guy right here who was working the front, the cashier, said, we have a special going on, so you get a discount. The customer was upset and came back and pulled a gun on this poor, innocent black man. Let's go on.
My man Howard is just incredibly calm for someone recounting an incident where he could have died over a breakfast promotion.
To know that somebody would do something like that just because I'm trying to give you a better deal and just to flip out like that, yes, I mean, it is scary. The whole time I was just like, well, if you're going to do it, do it. Like, I'm not about to run. You don't scare me.
That's not what he said. He said, nigga, if you're going to shoot me, fucking shoot me, bitch. I ain't got shit to live for anymore. Who gives a fuck, bruh? Hate this job. That's what he really said. I'm working at Burger King. I don't give a fuck. That's what he really said. That was the politically correct way.
Like that, just do what you got to do. And he just kept blurting out racial slurs.
And Howard saying that it was extra wild because he was pointing a gun.
This man got called racial slurs because he gave a discount. This is crazy. What kind of hatred in your heart do you got to have? All this over Burger King, by the way.
Over the car of an older lady.
Yeah, he had nothing to lose.
Part of the reason that I'm sharing this story is not only to crown our douchebag of the day, but also because if you live in Cleveland, Ohio, or near it, local police need help identifying this guy, and they've shared some photos of the incident on Facebook.
Any Cleveland, Ohio snitches in the chat? Can y'all, do I need to zoom in on the image? If you know who this man is, feel free to snitch. I think they giving a reward out. They giving out a free basket of like water bottles from Costco. Because water is very rare to come across in Cleveland. Keep in mind, guys, in Cleveland, there's not a lot of food. There's not a lot of clean water. They don't have any type of toiletries. All the women look like super mutants from Fallout 4. Just gunfire, gun smoke everywhere. Just a horrible place. No type of roof over your head. Just a horrible place. And this kind of reinforces the lore of it all. And the worst part of it all is like people think I'd be joking about Cleveland. But it's like this poor man was just trying to work. And first of all, there's not a lot of jobs in Cleveland, especially after LeBron James left. LeBron James left, the entire economy just collapsed. This poor guy got a job. He's just trying to support himself. He seemed like a nice fellow. He's just trying to work his job. And this man got a gun pulled on over a sausage, egg, and cheese. And he got called off different type of racial slurs, which is code for nigga with the hard R. We already know what that is. Because when it comes to black people, there's no such thing as racial slurs. You know what he got called. Cleveland.
Reports noting that the suspect was driving a gray Honda. And then, it's very easy to get into debt, which then...
Oh, that was the end of the story. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. People always like, oh, why are you always talking about Cleveland? Cleveland's not that bad. Especially in the YouTube comments, people are like, oh, Cleveland's not that bad. What I tell y'all, chat, there's no such thing as that bad. It's either good or it's not. Nobody on Earth 1, 2, or 3 has ever said, man, that pussy was not that bad. That shit is either good or it stink. What the fuck? Shut your punk ass up, bro. Cleveland sucks, nigga. Anyways, hashtag save Ronan. I got one more. City of Cleveland. We're going to let you off the hook for now until I find some more slander. I got some more. Who in the chat is from the city of Atlanta? City of Atlanta, come to the front of the congregation. I'm on your ass too. City of Atlanta, what the fuck is going on? For those of you unaware, a couple months ago, Keith Lee visited the city of Atlanta and he got some of the worst treatment he ever got in terms of like getting some food. I think the highlight of his visit there was he visited some restaurant called Milk and Honey, and they gave him terrible service. And then on top of that, they tried to act like they didn't know who he was. Then they said they knew who he was. Just the city of Atlanta looked really bad in terms of the politics. And then on top of that, his family was getting death threats. And I'm gonna be honest, I would have not been upset if he never came back to the city of Atlanta, especially because recently an article just came out that Atlanta ranks number 3 in the United States for STDs. You people are fucking disgusting. Atlanta's not a real place. You want me to bring the article up? I saw it today. This was an article that came out today. That's a matter of fact. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Atlanta STDs. I don't know what's about to come up. Hold on, let me search. I don't want no crazy shit coming up. Let's see. News. Let me see. I can't find that damn article. What up, Siggy? I love Atlanta. It's a wicked day. It's a fucking wicked day. And let me see. Let me just search Atlanta news. Man, y'all lucky. I should have saved that fucking article. I saw it on my Twitter timeline today. So y'all gonna have to take my word. I'm not gonna search too damn hard for it. Y'all gonna have to take my word. I seen an article today said it ranked number 3. Now I say all that to say that. Let's get back to Keith Lee. They sent this man death threats to him and his family over him criticizing and saying he wanted the food circuit to be better in Atlanta. He did not have to come back and stimulate the economy of Atlanta. He did not have to stimulate the state of Georgia. But he, at the kindness of this man's heart, he still came back in Atlanta and he wanted to put on an event. Now, what's the event? He was putting on an event where he contacted several food vendors in the city of Atlanta and said, hey, I want to put on this event where we're going to give away food, free food to those in need. And in exchange, obviously your name gets to be a part of the event. It's a good PR move for everybody. It was going to feel good thing for the city, just trying to put on. A black man trying to put on for the city and for his people. And what happened? Reports are coming out that some Atlanta restaurant owners showed up to the event. Because keep in mind, he reached out to these vendors, so you had to be invited. The news showed up to cover this feel-good community event. Some vendors showed up uninvited, and when he politely asked them to and started charging people, they started charging people to eat when it was supposed to be free food. And when he politely asked them to leave, that's not what this is supposed to be. These Atlanta vendors told him go fuck himself. City of Atlanta, what's going on? What's going on?
I just find
what's
it
going
funny
on?
that you have the time to reach in your wallet, enter your
shout out to their
and then donate all those subs. But when I ask you to let me FaceTime Sonic from your phone, then it's a problem.
Yo, shout out to There's Not Enough with the sub. So then, just to protect himself, he went live on TikTok. Because what I always say, like, I don't really like doing interviews. If I got something to say, I'll say it on my own platform. That way it can't be edited. This is a smart man. He got on his own platform, just, releasing statements, just talking like, look at this shit, bruh.
That's before the event even start. So we had to move locations, and the second location is a bunch of food trucks that pulled up that I didn't know that I was gonna pull up. And right now I'm trying to make sure that they are on the same mission as far as giving out food. And if they're not on the same mission as far as giving out food, I want them to be very clear that they're not part of the event. They just here to be here kind of thing. Because I don't want people to be like, oh, he said we was giving away food, and then they come and they gotta pay for food. I love you more.
Atlanta is not a real place. This type of stuff is so mind-boggling to me because it just goes to show you, like, remember I always talk about just how stupid the average person is? Like, I get it, right? I halfway get it. You own a restaurant, it might be struggling, and you see Keith Lee is coming to town, he's putting on an event. You don't give a fuck about the rules because all you're thinking about is this popular influencer's name is attached to the event. So if I show up, naturally my sales will go up. And there might be some truth to that because there's going to be a lot of foot traffic there. Now, the reason why I say this shows how stupid most people are is this just shows a lot of people don't look at the bigger picture. It was supposed to be a free food event. It's going to be horrible press for your company that's probably struggling. They'll be like, oh, you were one of those ones that basically said, fuck the people of Atlanta. Ain't nobody coming to your shit. It's never the big picture.
It's the news.
This man had the fucking local news there. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bruh. The news shows up. You're supposed to do something nice for the community, and you can't even do it. This is insane.
It's the news. It's all kind of people out here. I'm telling you, this line go for a mile long.
Somebody in the chat said Atlanta strikes again. Atlanta is shiesty. So I say that to say this.
What a loser.
Oh my goodness.
We could be out sniffing Sonic's shoes.
I say that to say this. Atlanta's not a real place. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I remember when like Atlanta was like the cool spot to be. Oh, the Black Hollywood. I don't know, man. Y'all looking a little goofy recently. In the last 365 days, the city of Atlanta looking a little goofy. Get it together. Get it together. Ronan, what the fuck did you link? Kanye West is being sued for workplace abuse. Employee claims Ye threatened him by saying, I'm going to play. I don't care about Kanye, bro. I don't care. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. He said, what's worse, Atlanta or Baltimore? I'm not gonna make no Baltimore jokes right now because they just had the whole bridge thing. That shit's like kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? We gonna let Baltimore breathe for a little bit, but y'all do need to get it together. We're gonna let them live. But city of Atlanta, it's crazy. In Cleveland, they rob you for discounts. And in Atlanta, they rob you for discounts. This is crazy. City of Atlanta and Cleveland, you guys are in the hot seat. What we got? What's going on in the sub box before we get on these games? Shout out to the 600 people we got in here. If you new, hit the follow button. You said nice wordplay. I remember I used to want to live in Atlanta, but like the stories that keep coming out about that place, I'm like, oh, that place is not real to me. Like, just bougie. Like, it's not even, you can't even call it bougie. Like, you niggas are just annoying now. You getting back on Dragon's Dogma 2? Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Dragon's Dogma 2 today. I thought about Rise of Ronin a little bit today, but I think I might play Dragon's Dogma. I don't know. What would you do if Kanye made you watch the Batman on mute? I go to sleep. First of all, Kanye can't make me do anything. What are you talking about, Radical? Do you think if Stellar Blade ends up being good, the negative discourse around it will change and motherfuckers will switch up? There's no negative. First of all, there's no negative really discourse around it. There's a couple of naysayers, but for the most part, if you look around, people really like the game. I don't know if you saw too. IGN I put it in the group chat. Actually, we can cover that too. Hold on, let me open the group chat. IGN redacted their statement about the main character not being a real woman, and then the news came out that the character was modeled after a real woman. Here we go. Like when stuff like this happens, it just gives the go woke, go broke boys like ammo. And this is the shit I be talking about, where I feel like super left-leaning people, one thing that like I would criticize about them is they really need to learn the art of war. Too many super left-leaning people love to argue with their feelings without doing any type of proper research. And it's like, yo, I really want to support you guys, but sometimes y'all just be saying stupid shit too, just like these ultra conservative niggas. So the gist of this is IGN France wrote an article previewing Stellar Blade, and they're basically saying the shit is trash because the woman in the game is attractive, and saying that anybody, they said in the article, by the way, this is a multi-million-dollar company backed by fucking investors. They said that anybody who likes this game has never seen a real woman, basically insinuating you're a fucking virgin, which, you know, I played this game. You said leave the yappers alone. I played this game. The game is actually good. And I even said on stream the other day, I said shit is getting kind of weird because it only seems like the body positivity movement is only a thing for unattractive people. When you're attractive, then, you know, it's not body positivity. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Long story short, IGN released a statement condemning that article because news came out. In that article, they said you've never seen a real woman, but it turns out that character model in Stellar Blade is based off the main developer's wife, and she's a developer on the game. So then they came out condemning that article, basically saying that, oh, that shit was written by IGN France. That don't represent us. Because they're their own separate shit. We don't condone that. Yeah, whatever, nigga. They said, yo, they said that was not the yo, shout out to Yasuke with the sub. They said that was not the Indiana Pacers. That was the Mad Ants. That was the Indiana Mad Ants. So they thought that couldn't be a real woman's body, basically. Like, just take the L. Just be like, you know what? Maybe we're being a little emotional and this, that, and the. You said, I know my wife is gassed the fuck up right now. Shit is crazy, bruh. Bruh, that's no shame in that at all. Don't get me wrong. It is some weird ass niggas like posting clips about this game. I'm kind of like in the middle. Like, I have seen a lot of clips on Twitter of niggas doing virgin shit where they're like posting clips of like, what is her name? Eve, I think, of her just like walking around because she's like voluptuous in the game. That shit is like a little weird. But on the flip side, you can't say everybody who enjoys this game is a fucking virgin and a weirdo and never had sex or nothing. I'm like, bro, I played the game. It was, if you remove your feelings, it's actually a good game. That's why it's important to just report on the damn game and shut the hell up. Nah, they freaked out over that game. So yeah, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if there's really any crazy hoopla around the game because it's kind of been reversed. These companies been putting out a lot of unprofessional yeah, between this and then what they did with the Suicide Squad, IGN has been very unprofessional recently. Like, I thought you guys were, and to me, since growing up as a kid, IGN was supposed to be the standard. Even when that 7 out of 10 too much water drama was going on, they kept it cute. They just kind of roll with the punches. But like lately, they just been saying crazy shit. Like, they clearly have agendas. Maximilian had some criticisms about it, and them Stellar Blade fans was on his ass. What did he say? They were saying the same thing about Bayonetta, and now she's a household name. I don't know. It's getting weird, man. It's getting weird. It's like I get it. Like, I would say like in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, that would be like maybe more of an argument about the lack of like the representation with women in terms of like how they're being portrayed. But I feel like there's been a much better balance in terms of like, you have a lot of strong characters that are not over sexualized. And I think we reached the point where like, if that's what they want to make and they're cool with it, that's none of my fucking business, bro. You said Bayonetta is a great game though. Bayonetta is a great game. You said agreed. It's like, I think things have gotten a lot better. It's like, yo, chill the fuck out, bro. She moves a bit too slow and the input lag is crazy. I don't think there's any input lag in the shit. I think it's just, you got to play it like a Souls game. Right? Remember games like Duke Nukem? Like, that shit was like fucking stupid. Like, yeah, you want to talk about that? That shit was like straight up just like sexist. I was never, was anybody a fan of Duke Nukem in the chat? I was never a fan of that series. That, if you would have wrote an article about Duke Nukem, like, yeah, you clearly have never talked to a woman before, like, I would have believed that statement. If you never played Duke Nukem, it was just like 14-year-old edgelord humor. I didn't get who the fuck that was for. Like, and the game wasn't fun either. That's the type of shit that like people, they're talking about this game. Like, it's like, bro, it's okay for women to be attractive. We're getting into a really weird time. But let me get off this subject. I'm tired of talking about this. What's going on in the shop? What did I just see some Whataburger shoes? What the fuck? Fox 5 Atlanta. Did you find the article? Atlanta ranks 3rd in the new HIV infections nationwide. See? Atlanta. I don't know, man. I told you I saw an article about it. What's going on in Atlanta, man? Yeah, that's Whataburger's Jordans. That's a real thing. Whataburger Jordans. This is a real thing? Who getting the Whataburger Jordans? Who getting the Whataburger Jordans? If you have an appetite for a fresh, exclusive pair of sneakers, Whataburger and renowned sneaker artist Jake DeClance have the perfect menu item for the custom Air Jordan 3 Whataburgers. $1,200. You already got them? $1,200 for a $5 burger sneaker shoe. Based off a $5 burger, how much the fuck this shit costs? Hell nah. Yeah, this shit like tiger prints. I'm good off of that. These shoes might actually be okay if it didn't have the Whataburger logo on the tongue and the back. That's what like messes it up, I think. But if it was just like the orange and the black, it might be okay with the white. But I'm not gonna wear no fucking Wonder Woman shoes. Like, oh, you got the exclusive Wonder Woman? No, it's Whataburger. Okay. Oh, my bad. It looked like Wonder Woman.